People should DM and be like, hey, I've noticed that your story circle's never green.
I completely agree. Realizing I'm not on someone's close friends, I'm like, oh, so they think I'm the kind of person that would like screenshot this and send it to my friend and like make fun of you.
I understand. So what is close friends to you? What do you post on your close friends?
There's gay guy close friends, which I understand. Is a completely different thing.
Yeah.
And there was a point where I would be switching back and forth constantly where like I would want to post like my niece and I'd be like, okay, I got to add like my actual friends. And then I'd be like, well, time to not post my niece. And then I have to take off all the non-gay
You're
guy
changing
friends.
your close friends.
I used to do this. And then there was a point in time when, without realizing it, I had made my close friends all gay guys plus my friend Sarah. And so she just thought like I was posting like really like thoughty pics to like my high school friends, my college friends. And then at some point I realized, and I was like, have you noticed? She's like, yeah, I've noticed. I just thought you were going through something.
Civeris is a comedian and writer and the co-host of Stradio Lab with Sam Taggart.
That's true.
He's been named one of Vulture's comedians you should and will know.
Oh my God, I shudder to think where this bio came from, but keep going.
And his debut comedy special, A Sense of Urgency, is available on Amazon and Apple.
True.
Welcome to the pod, George. Yes.
Thank you.
That was the intro. We have now officially gotten
I'm glad. I approve of that bio. Do you ever see your own bio somewhere and you're like,
Freaks me out.
Who wrote this?
Freaks me out. Some websites, based on like the first time I ever put like a bio out, still have info from when I was like 17.
Yeah.
And I'm like, it weirdly makes it look like I've accomplished less. It's like when an actor puts like stage credits from high school.
Yeah. No, there was one time years ago, I was like applying to be a writer on a show that was like nominally about tech in some way. And so then I had them include in a private email that like I used to work in tech.
Yeah.
That was not meant to be like my bio for, just for laughs.
Yeah.
And then at some point that bio got passed around enough that I then saw it in like a comedy festival website and it was literally after getting a master's degree in blah, 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 George spent a year working in Silicon Valley. Like that is not related.
Now when you go on stage, you don't tell jokes about data privacy.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, so this guy's not honest about who he is. He's lying to us. He's switching up who he is. Before we get to helping someone who desperately actually needs our help, we like to give out advice to those who aren't even asking for it. Something that's pissing us off. People with their phones. If I'm calling you, calling you.
People with their phones. I got one. Hey, kids, put your phone down.
I am probably.
I got one. Hey.
Look up at the world, okay?
When I was your age. Go ahead.
Here's some unsolicited advice. Why don't you go ahead and talk to the person in front of you? When you're sitting down before the movie starts, talk to your neighbor. Get to know someone. Huh? No, if I'm calling you, even if you're on your phone at the time of calling and you see my call come in and you're free and you're gonna take the call, let it ring twice. One ring is too scary. I wasn't ready. I know that I'm calling you. I'm not ready for an immediate pickup. You scare me and you throw off my whole introduction to the call. I'm now coming from a place of fear and unpreparedness. And I know that it's on me to have it because I'm the one calling you, but I'm expecting a ring or two. I'm expecting you to go, Joey's calling. Someone, sorry, let me take this. And now you get into a phone call. To answer immediately is it's too quick of a transition from the space I was mentally just in.
Wow.
Is that...
That's not where I thought that was going. But I do like the idea of you being horrified that someone is picking up the phone when you, in fact, are calling them.
I don't like any phone call. I really don't. I talk, when I get comfortable, I talk too much.
Yeah.
And now I can't be the reason that we hang up. And
well, you know what? Mine can be, I can do a phone-related one, too.
Go ahead.
And I'm going to say this with nothing but love. This is targeted towards my mother. And I say this truly with nothing but love. My mom calls me every single day in the middle of the workday. She calls me every single day at 2 p.m. I say hi, and the first thing she says is, "What's wrong?"
Oh my God.
because my tone of voice like doesn't sound happy enough because it's the middle of the workday. And then her favorite question is, she goes, anything exciting career-wise? Every day.
Here's the thing. The way in which I can only respond to that with anger.
It's crazy because then I know not to say anything substantial because what you slowly learn, years ago I would be like, I had a meeting with someone and it's like, I'm excited, blah, blah. Yeah. And then it would be 5 months of being like, whatever happened. Yeah.
Yep.
So you just have to like not say anything, fine. But then when you don't say anything, it sounds like you're literally doing nothing with your life. Mm-hmm. And so occasionally you have to give a little breadcrumb. And so then it's about being strategic with the breadcrumbs. Yeah. But then it's like, I'll give one and it'll be like, oh no, it was the wrong one. Now there's going to be 4 full months of being like, whatever happened with HBO?
Yeah. Yeah. And every single time they ask, it just reminds you that it's something you didn't get.
Yeah,
and
completely.
Over time, it does start to transition to anger rather than you being able to be like, I don't know. Like you're like, I didn't get it and I'm starving and I'm hungry.
Yeah.
And I want something.
She also the solicitation of news has gone from like our immediate family to literally like, how is my husband's sister's apartment hunt going? I'm like, what difference could this possibly make in your life?
Yeah. It does.
Or like Matthew's sister has a kid and it's like vaguely obviously at some point they're going to have a second kid, but it's not my business whether they're trying, whatever.
No,
my mom will be
you're
like,
not in charge of
like
that at
literally once a week, she'll be like, so are they trying for a second? I'm like, no updates still.
I have nothing for you.
I'm not sure if my sister-in-law is trying for a second at this very moment.
Does your mom respond to this lack of information? My mom, whenever I'm like not giving her more, treats me as if I'm hiding things. She treats me as if yes, there's that angle of like nothing interesting is happening in your life, but mainly she's like, yeah, I mean, I guess if you don't want to fucking talk to me.
No. She's like, your job is to tell me things that are happening to you.
Yeah.
So let's make them happen faster.
Yeah. She's like, this is all we have.
And then it's also, I also can't say anything negative because she like shuts out negativity.
Yeah. One time you're being toxic.
One time she famously told me, when something bad happens to me, I don't think about it.
She said about herself.
About herself. Mental health legend. I was like, something bad had happened in our family. And I was like, how are you feeling? And she was like, you know me. Like when something bad happens, I just don't think about it.
I want to poke holes in that like it's a bad thing.
Well, the thing is,
so envious of it.
No, I agree. I mean, obviously the truth, the correct thing is somewhere in the middle. You can't be like, you can't let something bad ruin your whole life, and you also can't just like completely shut it down because it's going to come out in other ways. Yeah. It's like
eczema. Your mom probably has so much eczema.
My mom actually has perfect skin, but in Kimmy Schmidt, she has a very pungent burp, and it's because she has suppressed her trauma. That's like a narrative in the show.
So your mom just probably like farts all the time?
Listen,
does she smell at all?
My mom actually...
Is there one negative thing about your mom?
My mom is actually really good about skincare. Like she always looks put together. She has beautiful blonde hair.
Is she someone who looks way younger than she is?
Yes. Were you a kid? I was a kid that had like a hot mom.
People said my
and
mom was
everyone
hot.
It was like me and 2 other kids. It was like those are the 3 hot moms of the grade. And
did you ever respond to that positively? Because each time I'm just like,
but this is how I know I'm gay, is because from the beginning I was like, that's right, bitch, my mom is hot as hell. Like I was in no way bothered by it. I was so proud of it. I was like, I would see the other kids with busted moms and I'd be like, that must suck.
That must suck for you.
She looks old as hell.
You see, as a straight man, someone says that to you. If you're like, your mom is hot, you go, there's just no way in hell I'm able to see what you're seeing. And if I did, I would feel sick.
No, I was like, she's my diva. And I agree with you that she's doing amazing.
Dude, on the tip of like not filling your mom in about, when I filmed Wild 'N Out, I remember telling her like, Mom, I just booked an awesome show. Hopefully something good comes from it. Yeah. But even if nothing does, it's awesome that I'm just doing it. And she would go, I don't know what that show is.
Well, this is the thing. They're begging for information, and then you say something, and they're like, what?
Yeah, and I'm
like, well, I'm trying here.
Number one, you asked, and I told you, and now you're treating me like I'm telling you a thing that's foreign. This is one of the most popular shows. in all of America.
I mean, listen, I understand why your mom wouldn't know what Wild and Out was.
And I tried to tell her when she was like, I don't know what that is. I go, well, you aren't the demographic.
Yeah, completely.
But it's a huge show. And she goes, okay. And I'm like, okay. And
no,
then
because then she
later,
feels bad for not being with the culture. Because I deal with that with my mom too. Yeah, things that mean a lot to us that mean nothing to them. Because then they get frustrated because they're like, I don't know how happy I should be. I don't know what the correct reaction is. Okay, keep going.
Yeah. Oh, my friend Martin Urbano, who's done a lot of awesome things. He said his parents didn't know that he was like doing well until he did Jimmy Kimmel, and he had done like 15 TV appearances or something before that. I'm like, it took one little thing. Wild and Out was not the thing that my mom sees as like a success. And then I did the improv back home. I was opening for, I think it was John Brunitsky. And when we were leaving the bar, that club is connected to like a club. So you have to walk out of a dance club. And on the TV was Wild and Out. And I go, look, Mom, that is the show that I'm on. Mm-hmm. She looks at it again. She goes, I don't know what that is. And I go, well, now you can't say it because not only is it in front of you, but in the context of how you just responded, you're saying you don't know what a TV is.
I know, but I think what she's trying to say is that like the format of it is inherently, sometimes parents don't want to like stop and try to figure something out. She's like, this is not a sitcom. It is not a late night talk show. And it is not the news.
They're not trying to understand what a vertical unscripted is.
Like those are the three things I know. Like, are you on a sitcom? Are you on a talk show? Are you on the news? I'm not going to learn. I mean, I wrote on a show on Quibi. Imagine explaining that to your parents. I had to go in the other way direction, just be like, I got a job in tech. And they were like, congratulations.
Yes. Yeah. And then will you ask questions of like, are you going to go back to entertainment or you
right, exactly. Yeah. And then sometimes you think something is going to resonate. Like with my dad, for example, I was like, okay, I'm doing something at the TED conference, like TED Talks. Like that's a parent thing. Like parents, that's something my TED. Dad, who's like a suit wearing guy, gets that like the CEO of, Instagram has done a TED Talk. Like he understands what that is. And so I was like, all right, I'm finally going to say the one thing my dad is. And I was like, I'm doing the TED conference. And he was just like, where is that? I was like, Vancouver. He's like, okay.
Come on. I mean, come on. George! Here on Help from a Hypocrite, we help real people who have real problems. And I'm going to get into the meat and bones of this.
All right.
We've gotten a letter from Danny in San Antonio. Hi, Danny. Have you ever been San Antonio?
I have never been to San Antonio. You know what? I caught myself. I was going to say, and this is something I don't even believe, but I just wanted to yes and. I was going to start like dragging him for having a kid name as an adult, and then I remembered I'm talking to Joey. I was going to do a whole,
They're really...
sorry, you're Danny as a 35-year-old? Anyway, but...
The thing with Joey is it has more to it than coming off as like having like a young name. It also makes people think I have a secret rage within me.
Completely, yeah.
And I think that tracks, actually.
It's very like bodega guy.
Famously worked at a butcher shop for 3 years.
Wow.
Yeah. It's the best job I ever had.
My butcher shop, when my special came out, sent me a personalized order that said congrats on the special.
That's awesome. Was it like little Capicolas in the shape of roses?
So I had ordered a lamb shoulder, I believe, and then with that they included like and then like they also included some cookies that I think were made with like bacon fat or something.
Oh, I know that's good.
Yeah, it was really good.
That's the kind of
Prospect Butcher.
Prospect Butcher. Write it down. When you eat a cookie like that, there's no way to feel good about it.
Yeah, but I invented one and it was amazing.
You invented one?
I invented a way to feel good about it, and it was I ate both of them in a row and then just
ate both of them in a row, took a nap. Danny from San Antonio says, I need advice about my best friend. Let's call him Alan. Not his real name, because if he hears this story, he'll absolutely know it's him. Like on Reddit when they go posting from a new alt. Have you ever seen that? Are you a Reddit guy?
I think I am occasionally, but I think I'm going to make it my default social media because it's the only one that still works.
It's the only one where you actually either get like real news and if it's like fucked up or like a lie in any way, the first comment is someone being like, this is not true and here's why. It's very like peer.
Reddit
peer
and
reviewed.
Wikipedia are the only like trustworthy social media sites.
Yeah, I think when in school you not being allowed to use Wikipedia, that was like an inside job by the government to get you off Wikipedia.
Oh, now they're begging people to use Wikipedia. Wikipedia was like the bad thing when we were in school, but now kids are just like going off of like a Scandinavian makeup influencer and what they say about like global warming. So teachers, I'm sure, are like begging them to use Wikipedia.
Yeah, or people just doing ChatGPT and not doing any research after.
Oh, I can't think about it. Okay, what's Danny? What's Danny up to?
What's Danny? He's a man with a boy's name. I've known Alan since the 4th grade. Back then, I was the new kid in town after my dad's job relocated us from Florida to San Antonio. You know how those elementary school moves go? You know how everybody moves when they're in elementary school? It felt like my life was over. I had no friends and was the prime target for all the bullies. Danny. I remember thinking that my life in the new school was going to be a living hell. Then, all of a sudden, Alan walked into my life. Fuck yeah. He towered over everyone in class. Okay, he was tall. If he wanted to, okay, 6 foot king. If he wanted to, he could beat up all of my buddies with one hand tied behind his back. Danny's straight lusting after
I know,
Alan
this
in
is
story.
really painting a picture.
My favorite day of school is when Alan came wearing gray sweatpants.
Oh,
So
okay, so you really like...
I ripped that.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
I was like, okay, like this is getting interesting.
Like, okay, so now I want to know more. So when Alan said that if anyone messed with me, they had to go through him, it was a lifesaver. And soon enough, we became best friends for life. But now, as adults, things have gotten a little complicated. Last year, Alan got out of an 8-year relationship and it really messed him up. He said that the breakup was amicable. Good word. But I know he's just putting up a front. Whenever someone uses like legit just a 6th grade level word, I'm like, fuck yeah, dog, use that. This guy was head over heels for his fiance, and she dumped him a few months before their wedding. Anyone would be messed up by that. I agree. After about a year of Alan being down in the dumps, I decided I had to do something. So I asked my fiance if she had any friends we could set him up with to get him out of his funk. Okay. I figured the only way to get over someone is to start seeing someone else. That is true, but the next sentence is big mistake. We set Alan up with my fiance's college roommate who just moved to San Antonio, and it was a disaster. According to my fiance's roommate, Alan kept talking about his ex the entire night. Hey, brother.
Oh, no, you can't do that.
Clocking that immediately. Do not. At points even crying. And got really drunk. Apparently he was so bad, she had to drive him home, and he ended up throwing up in her car. No. I'm not laughing at you, man. If you can tell it's you, I'm not laughing at you. I'm laughing at not out the car window, inside. Yep. But when he called me a couple days later, he had no memory of this. I didn't mention anything about what my fiance told me because it felt like I would be kicking him while he's down. I mean, your boy should be able to like mess around with you a little bit about that. Like, hey man, I heard you butchered it.
I know, but there's a whole like the trust between like male friends and what they tell their wives is always a complicated dance.
Yeah.
You have to wait for him to tell you what happened and then you can mess with him.
Yeah. You can't have already known because then it feels like there's there's a, not elephant in the room, but like a silent conspircy.
Yeah, you can't be calling afterwards the day after being like, hey, heard you were a little bitch last night.
Yeah. No, there's got to be a little... Okay, but I guess he was really just fully browned out. I thought it was blacked out when you were drinking.
Browned out is when you are not fully...
weed.
No. Browned out is when you're not fully blacked out, so you remember parts of the night, but not all of it.
I guess he was just fully brown. When's the last time you browned out? Or blacked out? Is this a thing you do?
No, it's not a thing. And it's not really anything I've ever done. I think everyone's different with alcohol. Like, even when I was like...
And no one does it on purpose.
Right. But then you would meet like sorority girls who were like, I'm going to black out tonight. No, when I was in college...
I always say shit like that in theory, and then I catch myself like, well, I think I'm drunk and I should stop.
Yeah.
I say that as like a bit, like I think I'm going to black out tonight.
I was always, again, I do not binge drink like this anymore, but in college, my body like throws up before it has the opportunity to black out. Like,
that's awesome.
Yeah, I think it's ultimately
actually have a defense
for the
mechanism.
best. Yeah. Like, if I'm drinking way too much, what's probably going to happen is I'm going to throw up.
Yeah. I tried to say to someone the other day, they took this as negative and they thought I was weird. But I said a good sign of a party is if someone's like throwing up, is if someone gets sick.
Yeah.
And I get that maybe that's like a very young.
It's a very
thing
wild
we're
and
trying to
out
hold on
thing to
to.
say. Yeah.
But I'm like, no, like even if I'm at a house party now with like, people my age in their 30s, like, and we're drinking, if someone throws up, I'm like, fuck yeah, man. My brain hasn't transitioned to like, oh, he could be sick.
I would say for me, I think a slightly more adult version is like if two people are like making out in the corner, like two people that met at that party are making out in the corner. Like,
You know what? Yeah.
that's the sign
when you're
of a good
older,
party.
that takes a little bit more like.
It's like they're lubricated enough to do that. They
Yeah.
don't have to be like fully vomiting or
Yeah.
passing out.
When you're younger, you just kind of walk past people making out every corner
Yeah.
of the room. But no. I blacked out on Sunday, which is why I
Really?
asked, and I didn't plan to.
I should hope not.
No, I didn't.
What was the context? Where were you?
Soccer game, and it was the shots I mentioned earlier. I'll take you to a soccer game. What do you think about that?
Oh my God, I would love that. Let's black out.
I'll take you to.
Okay, what's going on with Danny?
Okay, we ended on just fully browned out because he said the date went well and really wants to see her again.
No.
Dog. For that to be the first sentence back after going on a little said they have a real connection, but she obviously hasn't answered his texts. And now Alan keeps texting me about having my fiance talk to her roommate and see if she'll go out with him again. Brother, I don't like that you feel like you have to go through a third party to go second date. If a date went well, she should respond to you.
Yeah.
There's a 72-hour rule there, brother. If she doesn't respond after that.
Well, I love when people it's like, why hasn't this person responded? The only option is because she doesn't want to see you.
Doesn't want to see you.
There's no like,
Gosh,
well,
she
maybe
must be so busy.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I know I'm hot. She's got to be so busy. My fiance is naturally taking her friend's side and saying we should have never set them up, but I feel bad for the guy. I know he's a mess, but he's still the same sweet guy who defended me against those bullies all those years ago. And even though the date was undeniably a failure, I think it helped pull him out of that dark hole he fell into after his breakup. Now, here's where it gets tricky. It wasn't tricky yet. My fiance and I have our engagement party in 2 weeks.
And
both Alan and my fiance's former roommate are attending. My fiance is already on edge about having them both in the same room since she's so embarrassed about how colossally bad the first date went, but we can't uninvite them.
Yeah, you're not going to
Uninviting is not in the question.
That's not one of the options here.
I told her that it would all be fine and that they're adults and can handle themselves. But I'm not going to lie. I'm worried that Alan's going to make a fool of himself again and put me in another awkward position with my fiance and her friend. So here are my questions. Do I finally come clean to Alan before the party, tell him the truth about the date, kill his hopes, and risk having him revert back to how he was post-breakup? Or should I give him the benefit of the doubt and trust that he'll play it cool at the party? And I know this is a long shot, but is there any way to salvage this failed setup? I still believe in my boy and think he can turn it around even if he's given a second chance. What can I say? I'm a romantic at heart. Well, first of all, uninviting, as we said, not on the table.
No, that's just creating more drama all around with everyone.
You're making it a way bigger deal than it has to be.
I mean, there's, to me, a clear thing that needs to...
You have to kill both of them.
Okay, so at the party.
At the party, in front of everyone and go, now we can have fun.
I'm like, the issue is that Alan doesn't know what
he doesn't know what he did.
He doesn't know what he did. So and I think if he learns what he did, he will at least understand what's happening.
Mm-hmm.
He'll understand this woman is not some like bitch that's like ghosting him. Yeah. He will understand that the date, in fact, was not good as he remembers.
Yeah.
I mean, he literally said he browned out, but he just like doesn't remember the specifics.
It's also like, do you get anxious? Do you get anxiety when you drink?
Wait, what is hang stand for hangover?
Yeah. Anxious.
But
hangover.
anxious is
it's the act of being like, it's after. Like you wake up and you're like,
I see. Yes, completely. Yes, I definitely get it.
I get it every time.
But it sounds like this guy doesn't get it. This guy has the opposite where he wakes up and he's like, whoa, I must have fucking killed it last night.
Yeah, he has
I don't remember what I said, but it must have been badass as hell.
I must have fucking nailed it. No, because listen, the game I had mentioned the other day, when I woke up the next day, I did not remember like 2 hours.
Yeah.
And
had anyone tell you? Yeah.
I had friends just be like, do you remember hanging out with me? And I was like, no.
And what were you, did they tell you if you said or did anything alarming?
I asked. I said, oh my God, did I embarrass myself? And they were just like, no, we got like fun Joey. We got like fun loving Joey who like bought people drinks and was just like, what's going on?
Okay, well, don't tell the business manager.
Yeah, because actually someone had just apparently turned down a beer and I went back in and bought them a beer and they said, I don't want one. And I said, more for me. Like I was like having a great time.
And then you made it home. By yourself.
No problem. I went to Don't Tell Mama after. I went to a show at a cabaret bar.
You went to a midnight screening of One Battle After Another.
Yeah. I do remember once I'm coming to, someone asked me if I wanted to order a drink. And I said, what I thought I said was, no, thank you. I'm finishing this one first. There is a 2-drink minimum, but the way I phrased it was like, I'm going to order one as soon as I finish the one I'm drinking now. And they went to my friend Mary, whose show it was, and said, apparently, and I know I didn't say this with words, but maybe my vibe gave this off as a drunk man, was I apparently was refusing to purchase any other drinks in the showroom because I didn't need to.
Okay.
And Mary came up to me and was like, mid-show was like, what did you say? Everybody who works here is angry at you. And I was like, I distinctly remember that all I said was, I'm gonna wait to order another drink. I just don't want 3 drinks on the table. So I get really anxious about shit like that. I wake up and I go,
I completely agree. Something I've learned is to not then text everyone, was I being weird last night? Because I used to do that I think obviously when you're like, when it's like a special case and you feel like you black out, whatever.
I have a couple of friends I can do that too, who I know they won't make a big deal out of me asking.
But it's like one of those things where you're like putting it on them. It happens even if you have normal anxiety, like non-drunk anxiety. You like have a lunch with someone and you feel like it was a little awkward, and then you feel the need to be like, sorry if I was weird about Julia. And it's like, no one cares. Like,
no, they probably forgot.
Yeah, they probably forgot.
I can't believe that he doesn't at least get from a black. Basically, I just wouldn't black out on a date. That's first and foremost. Blacking out on a date, I would have anxiety about like, how did that go? I can't believe he doesn't remember throwing up. I would remember throwing up would be usually like when you come to and you're like, oh,
But I could see him. Listen, people have different relationships with drinking, and for some people, binge drinking is a bigger part of. I'm trying to use the right language here. Binge drinking is like a bigger part of life. Where like I could see him being like, it was embarrassing that I threw up. Maybe that's included in the text, being like, hey, sorry I was a little bit, crazy last night, but I had such a great time, and it's like not a huge deal for you.
Yeah.
Just like people, it's like people I know who do drugs in a way that I don't. Like it's like, it's a normal part of your Tuesday night to do XYZ, and so you don't think it's weird. You wouldn't apologize for that.
Yep.
Maybe this is someone who like throws up a few times a month, and it's just like part of his life.
All right, fuck yeah. Monday. I think
crying is the bigger issue to me.
That's the thing, is that he didn't. Danny didn't tell us exactly how much. Oh no, it was after a year. Okay, it was after a year of Alan being in the dumps.
Oh, and this was his first date.
Okay, yeah, I didn't clock the year. I thought there was like less time because maybe Alan wasn't ready. I think a year is.
I think no matter how long it is, first date post breakup, and actually sometimes if it's been too long, it's even worse because you've built it up in your head and you're like, am I ready to move on? Yes, like, am I ready? Am I not ready? Finally, it happens, and you're like, well, I can tell you, you can probably tell I'm going through something. Like, I might as well address it. Like,
I distinctly the first date I ever went on after my college girlfriend and I broke up. I remembered saying, she asked me like what I do, and I was like, I'm like making videos on TikTok right now. And then she goes, what are they about? And I was like, diarrhea. Like at the time I was like IBS guy. For like 6 months I was IBS guy. I thought it was funny. The pandemic, nothing was happening. And then the rest of the date was just, she didn't laugh at anything else I said for the rest of it.
You should have also adopted a sort of serious professional tone.
Like I'm like,
I make diarrhea videos online.
Yes, most people are too scared.
Yeah.
Most people aren't honest about this kind of thing. And like that one, as soon as that date ended, I was like, okay, there's like maybe 10 things I can clock about what went wrong there.
Yes.
To know about the next one.
Right.
And I was happy to clock that. I'm like, there you go. Let one date go. You'll never talk to that girl again. And now you had your moment of like getting back in the swing of things. You're building momentum.
Completely.
I think Danny's main issue was that he started Alan off with like a premier link. Like
I know.
A close friend of your fiance who just came to town, who Alan's gonna see a bunch.
Yeah.
That was too high risk of an intro.
But we can't look back.
We can't look back.
Like
we can't change.
there are many mistakes that have been made that cannot be fixed, and the issue is how do we pick up the pieces?
Yes. So the reason that I point out that we have to acknowledge that I think Danny in this did not acknowledge how big of a risk move that was.
And it wasn't just Danny; it was also
the fiance. The fiance, if she had the emotional awareness, she could have been like, I don't think I want to start with my friend who's gonna be around.
Yeah.
Because of that connection, one of the questions Danny asked was like, do I tell him about like how the date went? And I think the answer is yes.
Yeah, I think that is the central question here, because I think if you do that, then Alan will know. Yeah. Alan will understand will have a new understanding of the situation. And I think he could even potentially like apologize. Be like, hey, I drank too much and had a completely different memory of how this night went. Yeah. I'm like horrified to learn of how I behaved.
Yeah, that I was a big baby.
And like, let's start fresh. Like, we're going to have to see each other at this party. Let's not make it awkward or something like that. Like,
because what I don't want him to do is have such a good time at the engagement party. Look at that. Look at, I don't know the girl's name who went on the date, but to look at her and then just have another one of those moments of like, you're not her. And like crying and freaking out. We don't want that. I think he has to do that. And then they actually can probably become really good friends.
Yes. And I think my challenge to Alan is no drinking at the engagement party. Mm-hmm. It's just one sober night, soda and bitters.
Well, wait, do you think if he doesn't, well, actually, yeah, we could spin a narrative here. Tell Alan not to drink. And then to the friend could look like, yeah, here we go. Now we got to play. We could say that at the time, unbeknownst to everyone, he was having an issue with drinking.
We can't.
And then, no. We have a game here. We have a play.
Okay.
We have a play. He had an issue with drinking, and he's off it now. He's on the wagon. He's chill, and then she can go, oh, make her the wrong one. Make her the wrong one for judging him.
Yes, but then if Alan doesn't know that, then the next time they see each other, he will be drinking, and she will think even less of him because she'll think that he's off the wagon.
Well, addiction is hard.
And that's where they connect. That's where they connect. They bond over that.
Yes, because she could be like, oh, I relate to you because I can't stop eating sweets.
Sure.
Anything.
Literally like imitation of girl, like the most sexist. Like, oh, you should probably love chocolate.
Yeah.
Just yap.
Yeah. Just like how you love drinking, I love talking.
Yeah.
I think.
I'm addicted to handbags. Okay.
I just love shopping.
I think we shouldn't introduce more lying into the equation. I
just think there's a play. I think there's a play here where everybody comes off scot-free.
I mean, I think there's a chance there needs to be an actual, real conversation about sobriety with Alan.
I think that, well, we don't know what his actual drinking is. During a breakup.
But this is a year after the breakup. He's browning out. Yeah. And this is what is described here, I'm sorry, is a rock bottom situation.
It is a rock bottom.
It is, you are going on a date a year after a breakup. You are crying and can't stop talking about your ex. You throw up and have to be driven home by your date. And then you wake up the next day and think it went well. Like, I know
Alan, I'm not laughing at you, man, but every single time it's described, it's like...
It is just sort of like...
It's straight out of a farce.
It's a scene out of a movie or something.
It's a scene, like, that's one of those things where, like, when you watch a movie, you're like, that never happened.
Completely.
Then you hear of someone doing it, and you're like, oh my God.
It's like when you see someone, like, slurring their words in, like, a really theatrical way, and you're like, oh, I didn't know this happened.
Yeah.
Like, just someone literally, like, holding a martini and, like, spilling half of it. I mean, I just told you. I know. Because sometimes that is what it's based on. Like, when you see it in a movie, it's based on reality.
Yeah.
So, anyway, I do think that... But that's another story. I do think there needs to be a conversation about Alan's relationship to alcohol.
Yeah, but I'm gonna give Alan this.
Yeah.
He's on his big first date.
I agree.
You know he's nervous.
Yes.
You know he's nervous. So he's definitely having like an extra drink or two that he doesn't really mean to have because he's just like, I want to be fun. I want to be giddy. He's obviously so nervous on the inside. And actually maybe he hasn't been drinking the way he did until he was on that date.
Yeah.
Because then while the date's going good, he could get excited and he's like, now me and this girl are drinking and having a good time.
Totally.
And his tolerance was down. I'm going to give him that. Because at this same game that I mentioned to you, where I blacked out, I got good news. Like I booked a roll in it, like mid-game. And that's when the blackout started. Because I went and I immediately got another beer and a shot. And they poured a heavy hand. And I know exactly when the blackout started.
Okay, here's my prediction along these lines. I think the first half of the date was genuinely going well. He was celebrating how well it was going by drinking more. The second half of the date was a disaster. He remembers the first half. And she remembers the second half. Like I bet you if you were to ask her like, forget the second half. How did the first half go? She'd probably be like, actually I really liked him in the beginning, but then things took a turn.
Yeah.
So it's like she remembers someone who seemed normal at first and then devolved. And he remembers basically like the first half of a pretty good date.
Here's the thing. We could give the team like a nice, what sucks is that all the right advice, all of the best advice does kind of lead us to have to, the right phrase is not throw Alan under the bus because it's a bus that he must be thrown under. He has to be like, that night did not go as planned, I think. And I would like to know what happened.
It's telling him the truth, though.
It's telling him the truth. I just think there's a play where we could use the sympathy card and like really get him off the hook. And ultimately, make her the bad one.
Okay, well, she did drive him home.
She did drive him home. But that's just human to human. You got to do that.
No, you got to do that.
You got to do that.
Although, honestly, well, I don't know where, I guess they live in San Antonio. I was about to say, if it was New York and someone was acting
Just
crazy towards me, I'm either call him Uber or, especially if it's a man, be like, I have to go. And like, I don't deserve this. And like, the fact that you drove him home is like a big, I guess she did it literally because she didn't want him driving drunk. But
yeah. She could have done the Uber. I think she obviously liked him. And then
she didn't feel like threatened by, like he wasn't being like violent drunk. He was just being like crying drunk.
He got sad.
Yeah.
I wonder what the transition was like. Do you think it was like he's looking at her, they're talking, and mid-conversation, she just saw his face be like, oh God.
You know what I think it was? It was like first half of the date, small talk, they're getting to know each other. They get comfortable enough that they are talking about their pasts. And so she's like, so like you were, so-and-so tells me you were in a long-term relationship. Maybe she has already talked about her previous relationship, but in like a totally normal, mature way. And he's like, yeah, I was with, Rachel for 4 years, and then it's like,
fuck.
yeah.
God damn. Another move we could do is we could make up a person and say that Alan was
roofied.
Or roofied. Yeah. Sorry, someone put something in my fucking drink. Again, put it on her.
Literally, accuse her of roofing
Accuse
him.
her of roofing.
Actually, call the police
Just
on her.
Dig your heels in even further
Call
and
the
go,
police, yeah.
You fucking drugged me. Yeah. You made me sick.
Okay, I like this.
So we could, here's the thing. I'm avoidant by nature. Okay?
Your ideas so far are lie about him being an alcoholic, lie about him grieving someone.
Yeah, lie about him grieving someone,
Yeah.
and then like you can make a fake Instagram account and fucking AI photos, whatever.
Yeah, fake.
This was my friend Steven.
Do a fake wake, obviously not open casket. Have little hors d'oeuvres.
Or, third one, he could accuse her of roofie.
Okay, right. So the options are fake funeral.
Just like man to man, I'm trying to get Alan off the hook so bad.
Yeah, for sure.
There is realistically, I think Danny needs to talk to Alan about how.
Yeah.
I think that's a given. All jokes aside, Danny, that's a given. You got to talk to your boy and be like, before this party, be like, hey man, I don't think he needs to like not drink at the.
But I think he needs to have a sense of humor about what happened. Like I think he needs to go to the party and not be awkward with the girl.
Yeah.
Like be genuinely apologize and be like, this is embarrassing, but like I genuinely had no idea that happened. Like, and it was not my finest moment, but I hope we can start fresh.
Do people dance at engagement parties? Do they dance? Or is that a wedding thing?
To me, an engagement party.
An engagement party is like dinner.
Yeah,
right?
exactly. It's like dinner.
I want the other girl to see Alan in a
I agree.
in a space of release and fun and look like he's cool. Because then if they're not just gonna be friends, that's getting a second shot at being like, oh, maybe this guy's good now. He's dealt with his thing. And
What he needs to do is show up wearing a really nice suit, and then have at least one moment where he's like being nice to a kid. He's like, "This is my nephew, Ryan."
yeah. Okay, great. We can.
He
rent one
loves
off
race
Craigslist.
cars. Yes. No, we
can
hire
book a kid
hire
actor.
a kid actor, non-union. I'll deal with the mom.
Yeah.
You get the kid in there. We need 20 minutes.
Danny brings the mom to another room.
Yeah,
and it's
yeah,
just like they'll be done soon. Done what? You can't be in this park when the kids are around. I think there's a lot of plays here. Either way, every single play involves kind of adding an extra element of a lie.
I just want to say, like, all love to Danny, because I think his heart is in the right place. Men are so avoidant that the idea that he's even considering disinviting them, I'm like, Danny, you're going to lose everyone close to you if the second things get awkward. You're literally like uninviting your best friend.
I can't have that
your
around.
best friend from your engagement party.
That's just that men are like that. Every single suggestion I've given is like, here's how you can hide further.
Even
and deeper
writing
in
a
lie.
2-page letter that's like, so this thing happened, my friend doesn't know about it. What can I do? It's like, tell him.
Yes, what can I do?
Like, literally, like, have a conversation.
Yeah, just talk to your boy. Here's the thing. Most dudes really just don't have... I think most guys take being called out on a fuck up as like an immense aggression towards them.
Yes.
Rather than just being able to be told like, hey man, you kind of slipped up here. The first move, if you have a toxic masculinity within you, is no, I'm fucking perfect. Everything I've done is right, and what you're saying is wrong. And now I actually have to kick your ass.
Yeah.
And maybe Alan could have that reaction. He doesn't strike me as a guy who would. He actually strikes me as a guy who's going to go and drink about it and then forget.
I agree, and I actually think. From what I understand, he's not being like, why is this bitch not texting me back? He's being like, oh no, I'm hurt. Like, what can I do? Again, everyone's heart here is in the right place. The only person portrayed as kind of annoying is the fiance, to be honest.
The fiance.
Because she's just like mad.
Yeah, she's just mad that she sacrificed her friend to get it. I think to cap it off, Danny, tell Alan the truth about how it went down. Tell him the truth about how it went down. I think if your friend has any riz at all, any aura about him where he knows how to just operate at an event, he will be able to walk up to the girl and be like, "Hey, I was wondering why you hadn't texted me back because I thought it went well, and then I heard that I kind of went a little crazy."
Yes.
On you. Maybe not. Maybe not. Even, of course,
happens.
I just I blacked out and I freaked out about something that I thought it was over. That's my bad.
I also do think it's legitimate to be like, I know I fucked up. Can I have a second chance? Like, I refuse to believe that the date pre him getting blackout, I do think the date was going well.
I think it was going awesome. So do that. And if Alan's given you a vibe, Danny, that he's like really fucking angry to be called out on what happened, and he's like embarrassed, and you think he's gonna pull up and have a bad vibe, go the alcoholism route. Go that. Bring up have a friend who passed away. Make a fake AI Instagram account. Try the roofie. Just try anything to get your boy off the hook. Because at the end of the day, Danny, it's your engagement party, and you don't want that ruined by anybody. And I think that's where we can leave that. Danny, you're welcome for saving your fucking life. I hope you and Alan are able to figure this out.
Congrats on your engagement.
And you know what? We never said that. Danny, congrats on your engagement. I hope that the wedding is awesome. And I hope you have an absolutely fantastic wedding. Let me know the address. Maybe we can send you a fruit. Did people send fruit?
Just like,
do you have to cut it?
A fruit?
Just like a mango, like a cantaloupe. I feel like a cantaloupe travels
Cantaloupe,
well.
maybe a pineapple.
Yeah. Oh, and you could put like an alcohol bottle in
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
So it
Just
maybe
Malibu
as well.
Yeah.
Malibu. I can't remember the last time I had rum. Probably because I drank so much of it. Guys, this has been Help from a Hypocrite. This is my guest, George Civeris. George, Do you have anything that you want to shout out?
Like, am I promoting myself or am I shouting out just sort of like anything?
If you want
out
to shout
there?
out like maybe like, I don't know, a brand you like.
Oh, totally.
No, just shout out, anything you have to promote.
Yes, I
love coffee at 9 a.m.
Well, I just was terrified that the segment was literally like, do you want to shout anything out? And then me being like, you can find me at George Civeris. I have a special out. It's on Amazon and Apple. It's called A Sense of Urgency. In fact, in the special, I still have my hair buzz, which I think is not helping my case because I'm promoting it while having hair. And being like, look, this is what I look like.
You got no hair in the thumbnail?
Yeah, no.
Can you change the thumbnail?
And actually, because of the lighting, it actually looks like I'm even more bald. Like, I had just like a tight
You can't even see
buzz,
follicles.
but it sort of looks like I'm just bald.
Yeah. When you were shaved, did you like razor shave?
It was,
like
I would
face
always
shave?
ask for, well, during the pandemic, I did it myself. But when I started going to barber again, I would ask for, oh God, I think like a number, like a 1.5 on top and then a skin fade on the sides. It was like,
Wow.
Yeah.
I see people who do I saw a guy do this in the steam room, and then the next day I saw a sign that said, no shaving in the steam room.
Someone shaved in the steam room?
Which, to his credit, if it was allowed, your pores are open.
Men will do the most disgusting things in public. And I will say, to be fair to the sexes, women will do the most disgusting things in private.
Yeah.
If you see a woman's bedroom that hasn't been cleaned, we're talking like Q-tips everywhere.
Gross.
Just like hair in places you would not, you're like, how did it get there?
And with that, we ponder. And with that, we go out into the world and we think, how can we be better? How can we be nicer to our brethren and our sister?
And our sister.
Is sister in the world?
Yes.
Amazing. Thank you. Bye. Here on Help from a Hypocrite, I like to call my lawyer Adam at the end of every episode to make sure that none of the advice we gave can get me into any legal trouble. I can't afford it. Let's call Adam now.
Joey, what's up?
Hey, Adam, it's Joey. We just finished recording with George Civeris. We got a fun letter today. Alan got out of an 8-year relationship, and it really messed him up. We set Alan up with my fiance's college roommate who just moved to San Antonio. Alan kept talking about his ex the entire night, at points even crying, and got really drunk. She had to drive him home, and he ended up throwing up in her car. He said the date went well and really wants to see her again. My fiance and I have our engagement party in 2 weeks, and both Alan and my fiance's former roommate are attending. Some advice we gave was tell Alan and be upfront the reasons why the fiance's friend has not texted him back, has not responded, so that Alan can then apologize to the date. And maybe if he owns up to what happened, they laugh it off, he can get a second chance with her.
Yeah.
If that doesn't work, and if Alan gets like really defensive about being called out for his, how hard he drank and forgetting how hard he embarrassed himself, we can go a totally awesome route of lying to the fiance's friend about Alan being an alcoholic.
No.
We're trying to work on it. We had learned after the fact that he was like that. We didn't know that he was drinking before the date and that it's a problem. So please forgive him, give him a second chance because of this. If that doesn't work, you could say that maybe he drank so much because he was actually secretly grieving about a friend who died.
No.
And the way that we can back that up is we can make like a fake Instagram account with AI, like make a whole personality, even post photos of a fake wake. Not an open wake. Close the casket, so there's no way you could track the face. Or another fun way out of this, so that we could get Alan out with a lie, is we could say that the fiance's friend on the date, we could go on the defense and say that she roofied him, and that's why he blacked out and can't remember anything. Hello? Maybe he hung up on roofing. Guys, this has been Help from a Hypocrite. I've been Joy Dardano. Goodbye.
Help from a Hypocrite is a Sonora production in partnership with iHeart's My Cultura podcast network. Hosted by Joey Dardano. Produced by Alex Gonzalez. Executive produced by Joey Dardano and Tam Sackman. Leo Gomez and Arlene Santana for iHeart, and Camila Victoriano, Joshua Weinstein, and Alex Gonzalez for Sonora. Our supervising producers are Evelyn Uribe for Sonoro and Pablo Cabrera for iHeart. Editing and sound design by Juan Antonio Gomez. Recording and production support by Podstream Studios. Production support from Ameriali Negrete and Jose Angel Vidoria for Sonoro. Our development executive is Rodrigo Crespo. And special thanks to Fer Estrada. If you're enjoying Help from a Hypocrite, please subscribe, rate, and review our show wherever you're listening.